Union Calendar Number 166, H.R. 2211, a bill to require the Consumer Product Safety Commission to promulgate a consumer product safety rule for freestanding clothing storage units to protect children from tip-over-related death or injury and for other purposes.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentlewoman from Illinois, Ms. Schakowsky, and the gentleman from Missouri, Mr. Long, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days in which to revive and extend their remarks and to include extraneous materials on H.R. 2211.
Without objection.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
Gentlewoman from Illinois is recognized.
Thank you. So I rise today as a very proud and grateful person who has been a consumer advocate all my life. And today, Congressman Long, you and I are going to be dealing with bills that may not always get the top headlines, but they save lives. And when I say grateful, I am so grateful to our ranking member, Congresswoman Rogers, and all of the bipartisan support that we have had on these bills. It means so much to me. So I rise in strong support of H.R. 2211, the Stop Tip-Overs of Unstable, Risky Dressers on Youth Act, which is known as the Sturdy Act. I introduced this legislation with Representative Jerry McNerney, Darren Soto, and Bobby Rush. This legislation advanced out of the Energy and Commerce Committee on July 17, 2019, by voice vote, meaning unanimously, bipartisanly. According to data collected by the Consumer Product Safety Commission, a child is injured from a tip-over every 17 minutes. And every 10 days, a child dies from one of these tip-overs. Particularly deadly are tip-overs of clothing storage units such as dressers. Since 2000, these clothing units have killed more than 200 children in the United States. Victims tend to be under the age of 6. At this age, children are mobile and curious. They like to climb on furniture, play in the drawers, or stand in the drawers and reach for items on top of units. Tragedy can come in just minutes. Just after a child awakes from a nap or a night's sleep, they're likely to engage in this kind of activity. Tens of millions of dressers have been recalled in recent years. Unfortunately, children continue to die from furniture tip-overs. That's because the current industry furniture stability standard is simply too weak. It does not cover shorter clothing storage units that have also been known to kill children, and industry tests don't cover common hazard patterns. Moreover, the standard is only voluntary. That's why it is critical that we pass the Sturdy Act, which would require the Consumer Product Safety Commission to promulgate a strong and mandatory safety standard that is effective at preventing furniture tip-overs. I want to especially thank, in a number of these bills, the victims, the families, the people who have come with pictures of their children or their loved ones to talk about how important this bill is, how hard it is for them to talk about the terrible loss of life in their family. And so it is those people that have really told the story of how important it is for us to act today. So I appreciate the willingness, as I said before, of our ranking member and all the Republicans to work with me to bring this bill to the floor. I call on all my colleagues to support this measure, and I reserve the balance of my time.